All right. We have a guy up now that's probably got more intelligence in his little pinky than I have in my entire brain and will have for the rest of my life. Check this out. He's a retina trauma physician. He specializes in war-type trauma to the eye. He's been a department chair, medical school dean. He's been on 5 university faculties, a farmer. He's an MBA, an economist, and the list goes on with nuclear stuff and all those kinds of things. Help me welcome, talking about A Time for Courage, Dr. Donald May.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Are you having a great afternoon? Is this not a great event? Give yourselves an applause. Give the organizers applause. This is the United States of America. This is our country. And I am not going to be politically correct this afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a time for courage. We are gathered here today in common purpose. We are here to remind our government that the United States of America is our country. We, the people, are still in charge, and our government is our servant and not our master. Our nation's founding document is a Declaration of Independence. It tells us that our rights come from God, not from our government, and not from our president. We are gathered here today, ladies and gentlemen, in peaceful resistance. We are rebelling against the unwarranted spending and taxation that has descended like a tidal wave, sweeping across our great nation. Our founding fathers established the United States of America and its Constitution on a solid foundation of Christian religious principles with very limited powers. Our Constitution starts with the words, "We the people." Not we the politicians, not we the elites, not we the lawyers. Our Constitution starts with we the people. It was written for ordinary Americans like you and me. Our Constitution protects us from our government. It protects us from the politicians. President Obama has complained that our Constitution gives too much protection to ordinary people like you and me. President Obama wants a lot more of that power for himself. We are angered that our president apologizes for the exceptionalism and heroism of the United States of America. We are deeply troubled that he told others that the United States is not a Christian nation. Obama has ridiculed us for the high value we place on our Bibles, our guns, our personal property, and our liberty. He tells us that we do not deserve to keep the money that we earn. President Obama and his fellow progressives tell us that freedom has not worked. Personal responsibility, free enterprise, and liberty have not been effective. We are told that our government will now make more of our decisions for us. Politicians and bureaucrats will decide. I agree with you. We need to boo that. Politicians and bureaucrats will decide what medical care we can have and what they think we need for medical care, and they will decide when it's time for us to die. President Obama wants to take control of all of our health care. It only took a few months for Obama to destroy General Motors, which at one time was the largest corporation and biggest employer in the world. How long do you think it will take for Obama to destroy our health care and set it back 100 years? Obama is shutting down car dealerships by the hundreds. And and it appears he and his thugs are targeting those who did not financially support his political campaign. What is going to happen when they start closing down hospitals by the hundreds? Should we suspect that there's going to be a preferential close down of hospitals in Texas and other red states? Obama said that we should receive no expensive medical care during the last 6 months of our lives. He said it takes too much money. Ladies and gentlemen, only God knows when we are in the last 6 months of our lives. I've been a surgeon for more than 30 years, and I cannot predict when someone is entering the last 6 months of their lives, and neither can any other human being. God tells us in the Holy Bible that only He knows when we will die. So how can Obama claim to know when to stop giving us medical care? Does Obama think he's God? President Obama, right on. President Obama said last week that his family would not be receiving the same mandated government health care he wants to force on you and me. Obama said he wants only the best medical care for his family. Well, so do I, and so do all of you. I don't want the federal bureaucrats and politicians in charge of my health care, and neither do you. We heard a young man here who's been subjected to the Veterans Administration. I've been a surgeon with VA hospitals for 30 years. He's right on target. We do not want that kind of medical care for the rest of us, and we want to fix the VA medical system because over 90% of the money in the VA system goes to bureaucrats. Ladies and gentlemen, go into a VA hospital sometime and ask for a list of the number of employees there. Count up the number of doctors and nurses and count up the number of bureaucrats. You're going to get 9 to 20 bureaucrats for every physician and nurse in that hospital. Ladies and gentlemen, other than our military, I can't think of one federal government agency I've ever found to be helpful. Ladies and gentlemen, speaking of our military, how about those Navy SEALs who blew the heads off those 3 terrorist pirates? Right on. Ladies and gentlemen, don't you wish our entire government would function with such efficiency, professionalism, and courage as those Navy SEALs? Don't you wish President Obama would order our military to be out killing terrorists and pirates every day? President Obama, however, wants to sit and talk peace with the North Korean and Iranian leadership. Negotiating with evil people does not result in good things. Many people tried to negotiate with and appease Adolf Hitler. All those wasted efforts simply gave Hitler more time to prepare for war. And the same thing is happening right now to the benefit of thugs and dictators in North Korea and Iran. Ladies and gentlemen, Christ did not negotiate with Satan or try to appease Satan. Christ stood up to Satan, confronted Satan, and defeated Satan. Watch, ladies and gentlemen, in disbelief as our beloved United States is weakened economically, military, and morally by a radical president and his eager accomplices. Barack Obama is now systematically destroying what has taken generations of our ancestors and predecessors to build. He is replacing our businesses and jobs with the same government-controlled socialist evil that brought poverty, destruction, despair, and death to untold hundreds of millions in Russia, China, Cuba, and other socialist countries. Joe Biden told us last month that Obama and he guessed wrong about fixing the economy. Ladies and gentlemen, guessing is not an acceptable leadership tool for a president of the United States. Ladies and gentlemen, voting present is not acceptable for a U.S. Senator or a U.S. President. The President of the European Union warned President Obama that his socialist economic plans are taking the world down the road to hell. Even Pravda, Russia's legendary communist newspaper, has warned us that Barack Obama is a Marxist who is destroying our nation. You and I are angered that we have been called cowards and racist because we oppose socialism. Socialism is not racial. Socialism is an equal opportunity destroyer.